Kyrie Irving once made one of the biggest shots in NBA history. His step-back three over Stephen Curry completed Cleveland's 2016 comeback, gave the Cavaliers their first championship, and ended a 52-year drought for the city. But that legendary moment did not begin a clean superstar story. It became the peak before years of conflict. Kyrie still played like a genius, an elite scorer, a dribbling artist, a five-time All-Star after the title, and one of the most skilled guards alive. Yet the conversation shifted to trade demands, media fights, suspensions, and exhausted franchises. Cleveland ended awkwardly, Boston turned toxic, Brooklyn collapsed. By the time he reached Dallas, many saw him as a risk who could damage any team. Then something changed. Beside Luka Doncic, Kyrie became quieter, steadier, and more trusted. He led, stayed available, and reached the 2024 finals. This is the rise, fall, and second rise of Kyrie Irving. Before the controversies, Kyrie was just a basketball-obsessed kid. His parents had both played, and he started dribbling almost as soon as he could walk. He practiced constantly and wrote that he would reach the NBA. The issue was size. As a freshman, he was about 5'7" and extremely thin. As a sophomore, he grew near 5'10" and scored heavily, but few people noticed. Once he reached about 6'2" as a senior, everything changed. The skill was already advanced, and now he had the body to dominate. He became a high school All-American, co-MVP of the Jordan Brand Classic, and a top 5 recruit. Kyrie chose Duke, and in his first 8 college games, he looked special. 17 points, 5 assists, elite efficiency, and total control. A foot injury erased most of the season, but when he returned for March Madness, his talent still stood out. In 2011, Cleveland owned the first pick, and Kyrie was the obvious choice. After the draft, Kyrie worked with trainer Michael Lancaster to make his handle a weapon. They sharpened his balance, footwork, and ball control until defenders could barely reach without getting punished. The results came fast. Kyrie won Rookie of the Year, became a 2-time early All-Star, won All-Star Game MVP, and earned MVP at the 2014 FIBA World Cup. His highlights spread everywhere, from frozen defenders to impossible finishes. But Cleveland was still losing. That changed when LeBron James returned. With LeBron, Kyrie, and Kevin Love, Cleveland became an instant finals team. In 2015, injuries left the Cavs short against Golden State. In 2016, Kyrie was healthy for the playoffs, and Cleveland returned to the finals. Against the 73-win Warriors, the Cavs fell behind 3-1. In Game 5, LeBron and Kyrie both scored 41. Game 7 was tied at 89 late in the fourth. Kyrie isolated Curry, stepped back, and buried the shot that changed everything. That three made Kyrie untouchable in Cleveland history. The Cavaliers won the title, and for one perfect moment, his partnership with LeBron looked legendary, but Golden State added Kevin Durant, and the 2017 finals showed how hard the future would be. Kyrie played brilliantly, but Cleveland lost in 5. After that, the first real fracture appeared. Kyrie wanted to stop being seen as LeBron's second option. He wanted his own team, his own identity, and the pressure of leading. Without warning LeBron first, he asked Cleveland for a trade. The Cavs chose not to keep an unhappy star. In 2017, Kyrie was sent to Boston in a deal built around injured Isaiah Thomas, Jay Crowder, and assets. Stars rarely forced their way out of teams that just made 3 straight finals. Even stranger, Kyrie's public image was already shifting. He had made flat earth comments, later called the reaction a broader experiment, and eventually walked it back, but the controversy followed him. Boston was supposed to prove Kyrie could lead. His first season ended with injury, and he watched the Celtics lose to LeBron's Cavaliers in the 2018 Eastern Conference Finals. Before the next year, he said he planned to re-sign, then the season unraveled. A Thanksgiving exchange with a reporter became another awkward moment. In January, Kyrie criticized Boston's younger players. Days later, he said he had called LeBron to apologize for his immaturity in Cleveland and ask about leadership. Instead of helping, it sounded like another shot at his own locker room. Soon, Kyrie no longer repeated his free agency promise and said he would do what was best for himself and his family. The Celtics still had talent, and Kyrie still made All-NBA, but the chemistry was broken. Against Milwaukee, he played the worst playoff series of his career, shot poorly, and said he should have taken even more shots. Boston lost badly. After only 2 years, the Celtics were ready for him to leave. Kyrie's next move had been rumored for months. At All-Star Weekend, he and Kevin Durant were seen talking closely. By summer, both joined Brooklyn. Kyrie's debut showed why teams kept betting on him. He scored 50 in his first game, but a shoulder injury limited him to 20 games, while Durant recovered from an Achilles tear. The real experiment began a year later. Kyrie and KD were healthy, Brooklyn traded for James Harden, and the Nets had one of the most dangerous offenses ever built. When all three played, defenses had no answer. In the first round of the 2021 playoffs, they destroyed Boston with historic efficiency. But injuries returned. Harden got hurt, Kyrie injured his ankle against Milwaukee, and Durant's foot was on the line on a potential series-winning shot. The Bucks survived Game 7 in overtime. Many still believed Brooklyn would dominate if healthy. Then the next season tore everything apart. Kyrie remained unvaccinated during New York City's mandate, so he could not play home games. Brooklyn first removed him entirely, then later allowed him to play only on the road. The uncertainty pushed Harden to Philadelphia. The Nets' Big Three finished with only 16 games together. By the time Kyrie could play full-time, the damage was done. Ben Simmons did not play that season. The defense was weak, and Brooklyn was swept by Boston in the first round. Kyrie added fuel by gesturing at fans and receiving a league fine. Then Durant requested a trade and pushed Brooklyn to choose between him and the team's leadership. The Nets refused, so Durant, Kyrie, and Simmons still started the 2022-23 season together. It looked bad immediately. Simmons was diminished, the defense was terrible, the offense leaned on Durant and Kyrie isolations, and Steve Nash was fired. Then Kyrie created the most damaging controversy of his career by sharing a film widely criticized as anti-Semitic and failing to clearly apologize at first. Brooklyn suspended him, and his reputation reached a new low. Strangely, when he returned, the Nets won. Durant played at an elite level, the role players improved, and Brooklyn climbed near the top of the East. But Kyrie wanted a long-term max extension, and Brooklyn no longer trusted him. They traded him to Dallas, and soon after, Durant was sent to Phoenix. Another Kyrie super team had vanished. At first, Dallas looked risky. Kyrie and Luka Doncic had talent, but the Mavericks missed the 2023 postseason. Giving Kyrie a 3-year, $126 million contract looked like another gamble. Then the 2023-24 season changed everything. Kyrie stayed on the floor for most of the year and played at an elite level, averaging around 25 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists, while nearly joining the 50-40-90 club. The highlights were still there: the alley-oop dunk, the impossible finishes, and the left-handed game winner against Denver. But the biggest change was not skill, it was tone. Kyrie spoke with accountability, accepted a veteran role, supported Luka, connected with teammates, and stopped creating constant distractions. Dallas became a real team. In the playoffs, Dallas beat the Clippers, Thunder, and Timberwolves, eliminating 3 50-win teams on the way to the finals. Kyrie hit big shots, stayed composed, and rebuilt much of the respect he had lost. Dallas did not win. Boston was deeper, sharper, and too strong in the 2024 finals, and Kyrie struggled against his former team. But the season still mattered. For the first time in years, Kyrie's story was mostly basketball again. His talent had never been in doubt. Few players have ever blended handle, touch, creativity, footwork, and shot making like him. The real question was whether a franchise could survive everything that came with him. Cleveland ended with a trade demand, Boston ended with broken chemistry, Brooklyn ended with one of the most dramatic super team collapses in NBA history. In Dallas, at least for one season, the answer was different. Kyrie became the veteran partner Luka needed, not the storm everyone feared. His career remains complicated: champion, artist, disruptor, cautionary tale, and now a redeemed star trying to write a cleaner final chapter. After years of noise, Kyrie Irving finally brought the focus back to basketball magic.